This is 5 in 10 from Skywatch TV. I'm Derek Gilbert. It's Wednesday, November 6th, 2024, and we got a lot to talk about today. If you are paying attention to the news anywhere on planet Earth, you know that last night was election night here in the United States. But before we get to that, I want to tell you about something that's going to interrupt our schedule for the next couple of weeks. I'd mentioned this on Monday. On Friday of this week, I'm going in for surgery. Now, this is a relatively minor procedure, and I'm thankful they discovered the issue that is going to be corrected on Friday. I was at my doctor's and complaining about some neuropathy in my feet, numbness in my toes. I thought maybe it's an old guy thing, but maybe there's a neurological aspect to it. Nurse practitioner thought it was vascular, so they sent me out for testing, and they discovered a couple of aneurysms in the artery that feeds my left leg, the iliac artery. Now, they're small, so at very low risk of rupture, but we would rather correct them when they're at a low risk of rupture rather than waiting, because it's the kind of thing that when it does rupture in people, the mortality rate is very high. So this will be corrected, and there'll be a couple of weeks of recovery. So barring any major news events where I can record something from the house while I'm taking it easy instead of walking out here to the barn, we're going to be giving you, our 5 in 10 audience, an exclusive look at the forthcoming docuseries Rescue Us. This is something that Skywatch TV has been working on for several years, and it really gets to the heart of what we do here at Skywatch TV. You're aware that we partner with Whispering Ponies Ranch, Nita Horn, CEO of Whispering Ponies Ranch, and the work there is with children at risk. And when you watch this docuseries, you'll understand what kind of risk we're talking about. This is the kind of thing that is so disturbing that getting too specific about it on certain social media channels can get you kicked off, as we have found at Skywatch TV several times now. But these will be segments from the forthcoming docuseries that are exclusive to you on 5 in 10 while I'm recovering from this procedure. Again, it's minor surgery, but as my wise father once said, a minor operation is one on somebody else. So I appreciate your prayers in the days ahead. This will be the last 5 in 10 update for this week. But again, going forward the next couple of weeks, exclusive content for you, the 5 in 10 audience, excerpts from the forthcoming docuseries from Skywatch TV and Defender Investigative Films, Rescue Us. Topic number 5 today. The once and future president, Donald Trump, elected president number 47 of the United States after serving as president number 45. First time since, was it Grover Cleveland? Served in 2 separate non-contiguous terms? I'd have to go back and look. Or was it Chester Arthur? One of those. Anyway, Trump elected to a second term for the second time last night. It was evident by about midnight Central Time that Kamala Harris's path to victory had closed. By then, New York Times, which is a left-leaning outlet, and Decision Desk HQ were already putting President Trump's odds of winning at upwards of 95%. The media, the corporate media, even Fox News, much later in calling the race officially, CNN not calling it until after 2 in the morning. MSNBC didn't call it until about 5:30 Eastern Time. I think they just didn't want to admit reality. And when Jen Psaki, who was the former White House press secretary for Joe Biden, now an MSNBC contributor, made the announcement, she kind of closed it with a call to resistance. MSNBC has given up any pretense of being journalists and nonpartisan. They are very clearly openly partisan here. They were blaming the election results on racist white women who wouldn't vote for Kamala Harris. Joy Reid calling the state of Florida openly fascist because it went for not just for Donald Trump, but also re-elected Senator Rick Scott to a second term. Absolutely astonishing watching what was happening on the left-leaning media last night. As of right now, according to Decision Desk HQ, which called the race sooner than the media, I think the media like Fox News, CNN, they were slow-walking their calls on the states in order to keep viewers tuned in, because sponsors had paid a lot of money for election night coverage, and if you call it too soon, well, people tune out, and I think that was what was going on there. As of this recording Wednesday afternoon, Decision Desk HQ has President Trump at 301 electoral votes, Kamala Harris at 228, but that 301 will probably go to 312 when Arizona finally comes in. As of this recording, Arizona's reporting about 67% of its precincts. Trump leading by just about 5 percentage points. That's about 100,000 votes. There's about 1 million votes outstanding, so that could change. But the good news is that Arizona at this point is irrelevant because Trump already has 301 electoral votes and 270 is needed for a majority. Democrats, frankly, have no one to blame for this loss but themselves. They fired up the Republican base with a far left agenda coming out of the White House this year, pushing gender ideology on our schools, going after people who were praying outside abortion clinics, ginning up legal charges against Donald Trump, coordinating with the White House at the local level on some of these court cases based on what legal observers are calling novel legal theories, meaning this has never been done before because it's not really legal. And people got upset. I mean, even independent voters watching what was going on were getting kind of upset about this. Like, hey, this doesn't seem like it's fair play. Well, it's because it's not. Then they went and picked a candidate, hand-selected a candidate who was so bad in 2019, she dropped out before the first primary because she was polling in the low single digits, as I've told you. Didn't have to go through the primary process this time and was such a poor campaigner with her word salad answers to basic questions. She came across in unscripted interviews like a high school kid who had not completed the homework assignment. I mean, frankly, this is why the reports from sources inside the campaign who preferred not to be named saying that Democratic leaders like the Clintons and the Obamas did not want Kamala to run because they knew she's a bad campaigner based on 4 years ago. But when Joe Biden endorsed her for president, which may have been his way of saying, thanks, guys, for pushing me out, they really were kind of backed into a corner. So Democrats, again, you've got no one to blame for this loss but yourselves. It's not misogyny. It's not racism. It's simply the fact that you pushed a hard left agenda on a public that doesn't want it and picked a candidate that is, the more we got to know her, the less likable she became. Topic number 4, fuzzy math. One of the interesting aspects of this campaign, some statistics that were put out by Zero Hedge, that's one of the news sources I go to every single day, showing that over the last 4 election cycles, the popular vote count for Democratic and Republican candidates for president showed that, you'll notice, back in 2012, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton 2016, Kamala Harris in 2024, all received just about 67 million votes. Okay? If you go back a couple more cycles, in 2008, Obama got about 68 million, and John Kerry got about 59 million in 2004. Anyway, Joe Biden in 2020 somehow broke that pattern and got 81 million votes, an extra 15 million or thereabouts. How did that happen? What could it have been? That's a rhetorical question. We know the answer. Topic number 3, the rest of the national picture. It looks like Republicans have taken the Senate and will probably hold the House of Representatives. Republicans flipped at least 3 Senate seats. We'll have at least 52 in the upper chamber. Still waiting on results from Arizona and Nevada. As of this recording, Republican Kari Lake in Arizona trails Democrat Ruben Gallego by about 60,000 votes. This is, again, with about 67% of the precincts reporting. So with about 1 million votes outstanding, it is possible that Kari Lake could overtake Gallego and wind up the new senator from Arizona. We will see. In Nevada, Republican Sam Brown has a 5,000 vote lead. That's about half a percentage point over Democrat incumbent Jackie Rosen. That's with 91% of precincts reporting. But again, that's just a 5,000 vote margin, so that could change yet. Either way, regardless of what happens in Arizona and Nevada, the Republicans will have a slim margin of 52 to 45. There are a couple of independents who won re-election, Bernie Sanders and Angus King in Vermont and Maine. They will caucus with the Democrats. So as of this point, it again looks like about a 52 seat majority in the Senate for Republicans, could be as large as 54. It's conceivable that we could see some actual agenda from a Trump White House coming through Congress. Maybe the days of the pseudo filibuster are over. We don't know. It's not enough to have a 60-seat majority to get past the handshake. We'll pretend that we're having a filibuster, but Again, maybe Republicans are going to put an end to this once and for all. In the House of Representatives, the map looks like this. As of now, the count is 210 to 194. 218 is needed for a majority. Now, there are enough of the 31 races still to be called that are leaning Republican that Decision Desk HQ rates the odds of the GOP holding the House at about 92.4%. So it looks good for Republicans to hang on to the House. The question is whether enough of those, 210 or whatever the final total is, are MAGA Republicans to help Trump get his agenda through Congress. We will see. If nothing else, because of the majority in the Senate, the next two Supreme Court justices to retire, probably Samuel Alito and Clarence Thomas, will probably be replaced by 40-something conservatives, which will ensure a conservative majority on the Supreme Court for 2 or 3 more decades at least, and that is a good thing. Topic number 2, what next? I'm not going so far as some on social media saying the new golden age is here. Let's temper our expectations, okay? As Christians, let's also focus on our true mission, which is the Great Commission. Make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. That we can do regardless of who's sitting in the White House. It's just easier when there's a government in the White House that isn't on our backs. And at least Donald Trump, who we did not elect to be pastor-in-chief or theologian-in-chief, is a believer in keeping the government off the back of people of faith, the backs of people of faith. We've got a King Josiah moment. This was a bit of wisdom imparted by a wise brother to me just this morning. A King Josiah moment. Josiah was the king of Judah toward the end of its independence, toward the end of the 7th century BC, before Nebuchadnezzar and the Babylonians came in and started carrying them off and then sacked the temple. He brought Judah back to the Lord, tearing down the high places of the pagan gods and removing the houses of the temple prostitutes, the male cult prostitutes. The male cult prostitutes that were inside the temple of the Lord. I mean, shocking wickedness, but not all that much worse than what we have going on in the United States right now. Now, again, we didn't elect Donald Trump to be our priest king or pastor in chief. But if he keeps the government off our backs for 4 years, again, it's a window of opportunity for us to proclaim our faith as Christians, sharing the hope that we have in Jesus Christ and praying for those misguided souls who are still looking to the government to solve all their problems and do it in ways that are decidedly unbiblical. Coming up, liberals are asking questions about the vote totals. I wonder why. That's next on 5 and 10.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you can watch this incredible new documentary by the legendary Steve Quayle along with writer and co-producer Daniel Holdings right now by streaming it at skywatchtvstore.com/stream. Follow the QR code on your screen right now to stream it instantly or get your very own physical DVD copy when you order the Earth in the Crosshairs special offer. Earth in the Crosshairs demonstrates how the literal gates of hell have opened and what it means for all of mankind. This incredible new film takes you on a journey that examines the trans-dimensional invasion occurring on planet Earth right now and what the Bible has to say about the end times. Featuring Steve Quayle, Daniel Holdings, Dr. Travis Taylor, Cliff Mahudi, Marcellus Medina, Jesse G., William Henry, and more. But that's not all. When you order the Earth in the Crosshairs special offer, you'll also receive the 2 DVD collection Unmasking the Ancient Gods featuring Derek and Sharon Gilbert. Join them as they walk you step by step through full-length presentations on subjects like epigenetics and the age of the machine, self-directed apotheosis, return of the great old ones, Crowley, Chaos, and E.T. Disclosure, charting the uttermost north, why Gog of Magog won't be human, and many, many more. You'll also receive The Assyrian on DVD featuring the one and only Ryan Pitterson. This special report exposes the dark blueprint of the end times Antichrist that has been hidden within the ancient texts, illuminating a plot set in motion now that will introduce the mysterious Assyrian of the book of Isaiah, who is set to return very soon. Sold separately, these items hold a retail value of $100. Yours now for your donation of only $45, which includes free shipping to all U.S. orders. So don't delay. You can scan the QR code on your screen using the camera app on your phone for instant access to this special opportunity. You can also visit us at skywatchtvstore.com or call 1-844-750-4985 and ask for the Earth in the Crosshairs special offer.
Item number one today, they better be careful about asking these questions. Liberals wanting to know, how is it possible that when Joe Biden got 81 million votes in the last election, somehow those 15 million votes just seem to have disappeared this time around? How could that be? You know, there were a lot of people who asked that question at the United States Capitol on January 6th of 2021, and a lot of them went to prison. So my liberal friends, you might want to think twice about questioning this anomaly too hard, or you too might be convicted of wrongthink. Skywatch TV's next virtual conference, the Defender Conference called the Resurrection War, coming up at the end of November. November 30th is when we release all of the presentations for you to watch on your schedule. You set the conference schedule. Decide what you want to watch, when you want to watch it, and rather than risk leaving out names, I just direct you to defenderconference.com. You'll find the list of speakers there. I mean, these are people you're familiar with, and I know people you want to hear from. And especially in this hour now, as we are engaging in not a culture war, but it's really a spiritual war. But ultimately, in the unseen realm, this war is about who gets resurrected at the end of the age. Us or the hybrid offspring, demonic spirits of the giants destroyed in the days of Noah. That's what it's all about. Find out more and register now and take advantage of the $10 early bird discount. It's normally $95, but through November 15th, just $85 at defenderconference.com. We continue our conversation with the co-producer and author, the writer of the new documentary from Steve Quayle, Earth in the Crosshairs. Daniel Holdings is our guest on the main Skywatch TV program this week. Watch it right now at our website, skywatchtv.com. Our content is always there, the video programs. You can also watch it over the air, our broadcast schedule, channels, dates, times, locations, posted at skywatchtv.com/channels. Now, if you've got a set-top box or a smart TV, Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, we've got apps for all of those. Please get the Skywatch TV app installed, and all of our video content will be right there on your big screen. You can also watch us over the internet, youtube.com/@Skywatch Television, rumble.com/Skywatch TV, or catch us on the mobile app. You bring all of our content right into the palm of your hand, whether you're carrying an iOS, Android, or Amazon Kindle Fire phone or tablet. We've got links to all of their app stores at our website, skywatchtv.com/app. Follow us online, 5 in 10, on YouTube at 5 in 10, or on X, formerly Twitter, at 5_in_10. I'll be posting things there throughout my recovery. I am a social media, I wouldn't say addict, but I just, I could put it down anytime I want, just not today. So I will be posting things there. And again, we will not have a new 5 in 10 program for at least the next couple of weeks as I'm recovering from surgery, but exclusive excerpts, previews, exclusive to the 5 in 10 audience of the forthcoming Defender Investigative Films documentary, docu-series that is Rescue Us, about children at risk. This is powerful. Be prepared when you watch the docu-series. Have Kleenex handy because you will need it. Until I return, thank you for watching as we keep watch. I'm Derek Gilbert. This is 5 in 10.